Hello, everybody. It's Teacher Amy, and I am back with episode number 33 of Reward Roundup. All of the rewards I'm going to show you today are a great extension for your classroom because they not only function as rewards, but they are also reiterating, practicing a specific grammar concept or a specific vocabulary that you're learning in one of the VIPKid lessons. So I've got a whole bunch of them, so let's get started. The first one that I want to show you is focused on making a sentence. So we are talking about subject and verb. And this reward is by teacher Allison Winzerk. And she's done a really great job of creating a reward that is going to give your student a chance to make their own sentence. Now, this one is a Frozen theme, but she also has a superhero theme as well. So you ask your student to choose the subject of their sentence. So let's say they choose Olaf. So Olaf is the subject. So now we have to choose a verb. So let's choose eats. And now we see a GIF of Olaf eats the cake, and it circles the verb and it underlines the subject as well. So this is great. I think your little girls are really going to enjoy the Frozen aspect of this. They can create their own, so they can go back and choose the other one if that's what they want to do. And it's great. They probably don't even realize that they're practicing something that they learned in class. This is just like a fun Frozen activity for them, but it really is great practice and great extension for your class as well. The next one that I want to show you is by teacher Amy Lynn, and this is a really fantastic reward for the concept of this, that, these, and those, which we actually do in level 2 as well as again in level 3. So this one is about food. So she has some really great animations here, so let's take a look. This first one is Spider-Man, but there are several different characters in this reward. So he's obviously thinking, he's got his little question mark. So when you click on it, it's going to say, what does he want? These peas or those noodles? And your student gets to choose. So let's say that we choose those noodles, and then we get a little gif of Spider-Man eating noodles. And you can go back and you can choose the peas if you want to, or you can go ahead to the next one. We have a very big cat. What does it want? This corn or that pizza? Let's try this corn. And there's the cat eating the corn. I love this. I think it's super interactive. It's funny. Your students are going to think it's hilarious, but they're also unknowingly practicing these concepts that they're learning in their class as well. So way to go, teacher Amy. Nice job. The next one is a Find a Star reward, and this one is meant to go along with the lesson in level 1 where we are teaching about the word hat. I think that's in France where they learn about the word hat. And for this one, Dino has a whole bunch of different hats that he's going to put on. This one is by teacher Julie Lettner, and she's done a really great job of creating some different scenes around these particular hats that are for sale here on this Dino page here. So let's start with an American hat. So when you click on the page, the hat will come flying in from the side, and then it kind of dances on Dino's head, and she's going to throw in some extra little decorations to go along with the hat. And it is a Find a Star reward, so there are some stars involved in here as well. These scenes that she's made are just adorable. Let's see the birthday one. So we've got a celebration, a birthday hat that's going to come flying onto Dino's head, and then of course we're going to have a cake and some presents as well. I love this reward. I think it's so much fun. Let's see the sleepy time one. I like this one. So Dino's going to put his nightcap on, his nighttime hat, and then he's got his little teepee for sleeping in, and he's going to brush his teeth as well. And then of course there are stars, and this would be the star that you would give in the classroom for this one too. So well done, teacher Julie. I love this reward. It's so much fun, but it's also, again, having the student practice hat as vocabulary. So nice work. The next reward is by teacher Kristen Fitzwater, and she has made one of these for days of the week as well as months of the year. So obviously those are the beginning of level 3, and this is a Scrambled Word reward. So this is great because I feel like sometimes the students in level 3 are a little bit older and they might not be super interested in like cutesy dino rewards, but this is a great way to kind of play a game with them while being a little bit more sophisticated and also still practicing the concepts that they're learning. So let's take a look here. So you show them this slide first. Obviously, this is the scrambled word, but there are no capital letters here, so there are no hints. Your student really has to think about this. And each time that you click, it will give you a letter. So we'll click once, so we'll give them a little bit of a hint maybe. This is one that starts with M, and then eventually when they get it, you can kind of click through and make it go a little faster. And then you can ask your student, what do you do on Monday? And then according to the picture that they see, they can make the sentence, I go to school on Monday. And they're not in order, so they will switch around a little bit. And it will take the letter from the top and replace it On the bottom, she's done a really great job here with animations. And once they figure it out, then you can say, what do you do on Thursday? I go to the museum on Thursday. So I think she's done a really great job with this. This is super fun. It's a great, again, I've said it 3 times already, but it's a great extension as well as a fun reward for your student too. The next 2 rewards came about because we were chatting with the Google Slides admin and moderators, and teacher Daniela had mentioned that we didn't have any rewards that were specific to patterns, which is a concept that we use in a lot of different lessons in VIPKid. So teacher Christina Hayes and I both tackled the project of coming up with a pattern reward. So this first one is teacher Christina's, and she has done a pattern reward that uses this particular vocabulary. So it starts off with this slide, and you would teach the student these words first so that they would know what words they need to be using to complete the patterns. So then there is a pattern that shows up, and you can talk through the pattern, cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, and then ask them which one is next. Now, if they choose the wrong one, let's say they choose dog, it's going to come up and say no, and Dino's going to be sad, and then they can use the try again button that's right here behind me, and they can, whoops, The next 2 rewards came about because we were chatting with the Google Slides admin and moderators, and teacher Daniela had mentioned that we don't have any rewards that are specific to patterns, which is a concept that we cover in a lot of different lessons in VIPKid. So teacher Christina Hayes and I both decided to tackle the project of creating a pattern reward. So this is teacher Christina's. She has done one, she did a couple of them. There's one with Dino's family as well, but this one is with pets. And the first slide just shows you the vocabulary that the student will need in order to be able to answer the questions in this reward. So there is a pattern, cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, and then you ask them what comes next. Now, if they choose the wrong one, then it's going to say no, and Dino comes up and he's very sad. But there is a button right behind me, try again button, and you can click on that one. And then if they choose the right one, then it not only says yes, but they also get a star. So this one is a lot of fun. She's chosen a couple of different patterns here. Whoops. Next, she's chosen a couple of different patterns. So we have a fish, fish, bird one, fish, fish, let's see, bird. Yes, and then you get a star. So she uses all of the different pets to make a couple of different patterns here, and she's done a really great job. While we're on the subject of patterns, I also created a pattern reward, and this one is mine. It has a couple of different themes. Each scene kind of has its own theme of patterns. So you're going to click one time, and we'll see the train go by, and then the cars that are going to follow are what are going to create the pattern. So as they come through, you ask your student, what is the pattern? Green, orange, green, orange, and what comes next? And then your student will tell you, you click, and then the last one comes in, the train goes away, and then you get to see a train GIF. And there's a couple of different scenes here. So we've done a Lego one that is the pattern of one, many, many, one, many, many, and the flashing question mark will come up, and then you get to see the end of the pattern as well as another GIF. And there are a couple of stars included in here. Actually, I think this one does have all 5 stars. So each one is just a different way of producing a pattern. I had a lot of fun making this one and coming up with some different ideas for different kinds of patterns. But again, this is a great way to reiterate that concept of patterns, making sure your student is understanding what they're learning while also making it fun and engaging for them as well. That is all I have for you guys today. As always, I hope that you will try out these rewards in your classes and leave me comments below. Let me know how they have gone over. Make sure that you give a try at making your own reward. It is a lot easier than you think, I promise. We in the Google Slides group, we have created some templates for you that will make creating your own reward a lot easier than you think. You should try it out because maybe you'll see your reward here on Reward Roundup. Thank you for watching, everybody. Happy teaching.